Hi, today I'll be talking about creativity and why creation is more important than consumption. Basically, it's still from my book that I read, Idea. It's one of my favorite chapters here. It says that 99% of ideas are basically useless, but what is not useless is worth gold. So I have a nice quote from Steve Jobs, and I'm going to play it right now.
And that disease, I've seen other people get it too. It's the disease of thinking that a really great idea is 90% of the work. And that if you just tell all these other people, here's this great idea, then of course they can go off and make it happen. And the problem with that is that there's just a tremendous amount of craftsmanship in between a great idea and a great product. And as you evolve that great idea, it changes and grows. It never comes out like it starts because you learn a lot more as you get into the subtleties of it.
So basically, not all ideas are good ideas. I've already made a video about that, about my hook. And it's like showcases that not all ideas are great ideas. And in today's world, when we are in a social economy where internet is like a full table of food and mostly we just pick the fast dopamine, we forget to make space for good quality content. And how do you isolate yourself from cheap dopamines and quick creative videos that only take your time away and you basically learn nothing? It's that you create a space for yourself where you actually make a list of the creators you like that are also already creating, and they inspire you to become a better person or to achieve some goals, or I don't know. And you make sure that you consume only wholesome content. Like, not eating junk food is very good for yourself. That way is good to eat wholesome diets, healthy foods. That way you have to consume the content that is available on the internet right now. And you're probably wondering, why even create? Because everything you know around you is already created. What the hell is there to create? So the difference is actually psychological. While you give away when you're creating, you're actually getting more back, because if you're only consuming, you're in a way getting back less and less. When you create something new, you're giving it to the world. And when you're consuming, you're only selfishly taking in fast things that you think that are useful. So if you are consuming, I encourage everybody and myself to consume, like I said, wholesome content. But when you're creating, you have to let creation come from your heart. Because as Steve Jobs said, not all ideas are good. Some ideas are very good and some ideas are very bad. You should create things and content that is good in a sense, because in that way you are not a failure in any way. And there's a nice quote that I have for myself, and it says, "He who creates with ease and is good at it does a good job." Because that person shares his unique views on the world, and in that way you cannot ever be a failure. So I encourage people to create their own bubbles where they can find people that are creative and follow them, encourage them, because creative people are the people that we need in this world, not people that are only consuming. We need people who are creating. And also, if you're a small creator or a big creator, creating is always a good idea. So that's it for today's video, and see you tomorrow.